Hey there, welcome back to Motherhood on a Budget. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Ruth Dong. If you are a return customer, welcome back. It's good to see you again. And if you haven't watched the other videos, just, click back on IGTV. They're there, and I also post them on YouTube for those who are more YouTube friendly. And so I thought it would be really, really interesting to talk about choosing a bath partner and, wait for it, what your bath partner needs to know. Because we are in a generation where we're bending norms. We're not doing things as they used to be or as we used to know them. If you talk to your parents, they'll tell you, like in their day, it was clear as day. You get pregnant. Either your mother, your singer, or your elder sister is one who attends to you through your pregnancy and on the day you're giving birth. It was like a no-brainer. Let's not make it complicated. But things have changed. The men of today want to be available for the birthing process, but they also want to be go with you through the whole process that you're not, going alone. But also the women who are like, by the way, this child is not mine alone, as I'm not carrying it. The bad manners was done by two people, so you might as well come and we go through the process together. But also, for very many people, some people do not have you don't have parents around who are going to be there with you through this process. The guy, for some people, is like, I really don't want to know. So in the instances where you do not have the obvious choices, you're going to have to make choices, right? But even when you have the obvious choices, you still have a right to make a choice of who you want to be with you in through the whole pregnancy process and on that day when you're giving birth. Because the one thing I learned from that whole process is this is the person who's going to see you through at your most vulnerable. They're going to see you at your worst when you're screaming your guts out, because I really scream my guts out. But they're also going to be one of the first two people. You and that person are going to be one of the first two to receive that bundle of joy, to love it, to say, welcome to this crazy earth. You're one of those first two people. So it's really, really important to put thought into what is going to be within that room. And so for me, my criteria was pretty simple, right? It had to be someone who was close to me, really, really close to me, who knows me, who understands me. Even without saying a word, this person knows me. I don't have to tell her, but first relax, first day. No, they know that Ruth needs to relax, or Ruth is having, a kind of this sort of week, and she needs my support. She needs me to be there. She needs me to check on her. She's a bit emotional and things like that. So it needs to be someone who's close to you. That could be your friend, could be your mom, could be your sister, could be your husband, could be someone who's close to you. The other thing is, it can't be someone with a chronic illness. Unfortunately, doctors advise against putting people with chronic illnesses under immense pressure. And it's pregnancy is pressure itself. And then in the labor room, if you're pregnant, they'll tell you, peace out, it's been real, bye. If you have hypertension, if you have any cardiac issues, unfortunately, on the D-Day and the day the person is giving birth, you'll be disqualified. So when you are making your choices, you also have to keep that in mind, so that you don't keep someone through the whole journey, then on the last day, bye, I'm sorry, I didn't know this thing. So you need to keep that in mind. And yeah, it has to be someone who you connect with, someone who knows you, and someone also who understands your pregnancy story and understands your pregnancy journey. And, they get this. So I'm going to look at my notes real quick so that, whatever I forget, I can look at my notes. So if you see me looking at the slides, this is what I'm doing. And so now this is where we go to, what does your pregnancy partner or birth partner need to know, especially for the day when you're giving birth? One, I'd say, is they need to be present, and they need to be present the pre-birth. That is for the antenatal classes, for some of the visits to, the midwife. They need to understand what sort of pregnancy you're having. Is it a normal pregnancy? Is it a high-risk pregnancy? They need to understand, if you are choosing to have a birth plan early, what is it? They need to be present in all those things, so that top of mind, they know what you want, because they have been present through the journey, but also they know your blood type, things like that. Because on the day you're giving birth, all this information becomes really, really necessary. If you find someone I was those people who didn't know, in labor, so you can be there, and you need someone who knows all these things about you and can talk to the midwives and fill in all this information without you having to first get out of your pain from a contraction and then start filling in this stuff. But also the person needs to be prepared. And prepared comes in like many forms. But for starters, I'd say if you have never ever given birth, or if you don't know what giving birth looks like, or if you've never been a birthing suit, I'd say read up on all the birthing materials that you can find, YouTube videos, because if you have never, you're going to get a bit traumatized. A lot of things are happening. It's like a pressure saucepan, and then there are very many things happening, and you have to adjust, and like it's like a relay, like they're just throwing things at you, and you have to keep keeping up with them. So you need to understand, one, the stages of labor, understand what the birthing process looks like, understand like all those things, so that when you get there, you're not shocked by very many things that are happening, because I tell you, very many things are happening. And before I go any further, I'd like to send the biggest shout out to my birth partner, Julie Butinda. You are a godsend. You are the light. You are the person that lifted my load and made my pregnancy and birthing process like the easiest, bestest thing ever. The other thing is also you need to be energetic. The person who your birth partner needs to be energetic. You're going to be this labor is unpredictable. For some people, it's 30 minutes. For some people, it's 17 hours, and you have to be with these people for that long, right? So you have to be energetic. You have to be on your feet. You have to be quick. You have to be fit, because it's not just the person who's pregnant who's expending energy. You're also expending energy meeting her needs, or tending to her needs, or trying to be there for her. If she says she wants, hot water, you're going to try and get it. If the midwife says, no, you're not going to pick me this, you're going to have to do it. So you need to be an energetic person, or your energy levels need to be crazy high. The other thing is, I think I talked about being prepared and being educated on online videos and what you need to know before you enter the birthing suit. But also, prepared means, who are you going to call? You need to know, if you are not the next of kin, you need to have all those phone numbers for the next of kin. You need to have a home number in case, the person runs to the hospital before you. Do they have a bag packed, or can you send someone? Are you liaising with someone at home to pack the bag and bring it? You need to have all emergency numbers on file, on record. You need to be like, your game of preparation, it needs to be top notch. And the other thing, of course, I think I talked about knowing personal information like blood and whatnot. That's really, really important to know. And you also need to be assertive with the midwives. Midwives if you find really bad ones, you need to have someone who can put them in their place. Someone who they can attend to your person, but without stepping on them or making them seem like, oh my God, you're such a crybaby. I mean, she's giving birth. What do you expect? What do you want her to? But like, oh my God, it's so painful. If she needs to scream, let her scream without the midwives making noise of condemning her for, going through pain. And yeah, that's it for this week. See you on the next one. Love you.